Bro, you're already down. What the hell?
On my command.
Oh, thank God. Whew.
That was
Just in time. Also, what are you doing, bro?
a success. See that? Entirely useless. God, feel. Pain.
That wasn't great.
Are you afraid of death?
You should be. Well, the mage dies again.
Take that.
Sadly. Oops.
Right.
Okay, let's go. Bro, he left Twitter. Down there. How can I go to after him? Wait, do I need to go back up? Like, ask Eldian where Radamon may be taking Zdenaya. Okay. Zdenia. That's what I need to do. Okay, first of all, we'll rest, though, because we do need to rest. Also, we need to level up. We need to level her up. Boom. As far as skills goes... yeah, we'll take that. Because then she has more spell slot and we'll be able to make more spells. Sigil of Emotion. Let's see what that does. No, let's do this. Taunting Jest. The Taunted Affliction. I don't want to taunt anybody. Enrage Affliction? Nah. Slumber. Make people sleep. Aura of Fear. Conjure an aura of fear around the target. Enemies affected by the aura are frightened. Oh? She doesn't have enough lore anyway to be able to use that. Sigil of Lightning. I already used one spell of lightning. Let's see what we can use. Charged Fist. No. Electric Jolt. She's already using it. Remove that one. Yes. We'll make a new one. Intensity? What's this? Bleeding? Marking. No, that's fine. It would reduce the cooldown of the spell even more. Wow, that's pretty good. What's this again? Oh, the range. 12 meter. Dude, that'd be super awesome. That's a stun duration. But it requires even more of that stuff. Huh. Let's see about the duration here. The cooldown duration thing. Yeah, we'll take that. That's fine. Assign it here. Great. Cool. Let's see what else we can do. Frost. Arctic Ground. Prone affliction. Pulse rate, recovery. Oh, I think that'd be great. No, that's fine. We don't need this. Range, we don't need the range. Duration would be great. But it requires 115 lore. Yeah, there's no way. People would bleed in the area? No, no. What about this? Cooldown. Yeah, no. I can't even use it. Like, base, I can't even do it. So that. Frozen grasps. Frozen affliction. What's the range on this? 2 meters. Ugh. Targets an harsh winter cold, leaving them frozen for a time. But the target would be frozen, though. That'd be great. Let's see if I can increase the range on this. To 6 meters. Now, that'd be great. Let's see about the duration. I could get that or increase the frost damage. No, I can't even. I'll take that. It's fine. That's fine. Assign it to her. What else is this? What's this? Rime spike. Form a massive frozen spike of ice from the ground under a specific target's feet, impaling and freezing them. Huh. I can wait. Sigil of life, of illusion, of force, of fire, emotion, lightning, blah blah blah. What is force? It's arcane energy. Concussive bolt. I don't think I have that one, do I? No, I don't. I don't have that one. Dazed affliction? Bombard a distant target with concussive forces. The force of the impact dazes and interrupts. Okay. What about this one? Weighted stance. Immune to prone. Nah. Bit more damage. Range is pretty good. No, I don't care about the recovery. Duration would be great. It would be a little bit too much. I could increase the range further. Or reduce the cool... You know what? I'm going to reduce the cooldown. It's fine. Let's try this configuration for a little bit. Let's see what happens there. What about you, man? Spectral blur. And you have another one. Let's find you something else in healing. $110? Oh god. Okay, let's see about that one. 100. So never mind. Can't do anything about healing. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, actually, you know what? We're going to remove these. Or no, we're not going to remove. We're going to improve them. Sigil of strength. That's fine. But the range on this is way too short. 2 meters. I don't like it. We can go 6 meters. Now that's good. And eventually we'll go this. On that one. But that's good. That's super good. Update. And here, healing wisps. So this is good, but it's not good enough. We need the health to be much better. 6% health is a lot better. Also, eventually 12 meters would be awesome too, but it's fine. What about this? Oh, I don't have the thing to modify it. What about that one? Spectral blur. I have strength. What does that change? Oh, the deflection of it. Yeah, we'll take that. The range we don't need, man. I honestly would rather have the cooldown. And the time, the duration. Dude, for 63 seconds, I get all these bonuses. That is insane. So good. We cannot modify this one. What about this one? Strength 1. It's not going to get for me. Strength 2. So even more damage on the fireball. Range would be awesome, although we can't do it just yet, but that would be great. What about this? Bleeding, marked, frozen, and mage fire affliction. This would be awesome. We'll do this. Right now, that's the only thing we can do, so we'll do reduce cooldown on it. It's fine for now. Let's take a look at that one. Searing Palm. 2 meters. Way too short. Let's remove this for now. Increase the range. 6 meters. It's fine. Strength. So even more fire. Duration of Mage Fire Affliction. No, I can't. I can. Increase the cooldown. There we go. What about this one? The Sigil of Markings. We're going to remove that for now. I'd rather see what we can do with the strength on it. So the raw damage is going to be increased. The range is good. We don't need it. I can't, but I can deal with this. No. You know what? I can't. Okay. That's the only thing I can do right now, so we'll do this. Update. Great. And my skill, I'll... Can I get... No, I can't. This? Yes. Let's do that. So there's not much I can do, but it's still, it's pretty good. This is fine. This is fine. Dude, I wish I had something to give you there. Spectral blur. You know what? Let's go back into illusions for a second. False bit. Spectral blur. So no. Force. Concussive bolts. Weighted stance. I think weighted stance would be a good thing to have. Let's go about emotions. Aura of fear. You can totally cast it though. I can make the range better. Or the cooldown better. I'm going to make the range better, because 4 meters is pretty short. Although, do I want to make this... What is this? Slumber. No, I think I'd prefer this one. Let's see what we have else. Mantle of Flame. Immunity to Frozen. Creates a fiery aura around the target that damages foes and removes frozen allies. It damages foes? Oh. Arid lands. Just to form a sweltering zone of sultry heat in an area. As long as enemies remain in the field, they are continually fatigued. What is the fatigue affliction? Huh. Dude, yeah, we're gonna use that one. Sure. Sure. What's the range on this? 6 meters? Let's see. Let's do that. That's the best we can do right now. Assign. Put it there. Boom! This is great, man. Awesome. Loving this. Okay, let's move on. Let's get in. Fatebinder, come in. I was just told the news that the Magebane helm has disappeared. This is terrible. What happened just now? I heard fighting out there. Are there more of them? Raidamon stole the Magebane helm and captured Zdenia. I was just beginning to believe we were finally safe, but a celebration planned before its time will no doubt become a wake. Eldian shakes his head, and without Zdenia, there's no chance of getting another helm. My friends, please, go back to your homes for now. The Fatebinder has taken care of the invaders. Twin Rivers is now unlocked, and Deserter's March is now unlocked. I know it's asking a lot after everything that has happened, Fatebinder, but without the Helmet of Zdenia, we are in the same predicament as we were before. The Bronze Brotherhood have camped near the old walls at Twin Rivers and used Deserter's March as a travel route. Either one of these places would be a good place to start looking for Raidamon and Zdenia. Please find them. I don't know much more than that, but I'm happy to try and answer any questions you might have. What can you tell me about Deserter's March? It's empty, desolate, and swampy. People don't normally go there, which is why the Brotherhood uses it for travel. There's less chance of running into someone on the road. If Raidamon is heading anywhere, he's likely to be using the march to get there. What about Twin Rivers? There's another entrance to the old walls there, and I know the Brotherhood uses the area as an outside base of operations. There are even rumors that they have been exploring the old walls. If that's true, Raidamon is even more insane than people have been letting on. Anything else going on in the town I should know about? I hate to add a request upon a request, Fatebinder, but I would ask one more thing of you. The recent attack was horrific, and there are a lot of folks that are in a bit of a trouble now. Lohara lost some of her men in the attack. She was stretched thin before it all, so I'm sure she's going to need all the help she can get. Some townsmen have also gone missing. I've no doubt your assistance could be useful to all of them. So if it wouldn't be too much trouble, please ask the town folks if they need your help. He makes a formal bow. I know we have no right to ask this of you, but I know you can help where no one else can. At the risk of sounding like Lord I told you so, Archon of the Obvious, what in Kairos' name was the long-term plan? They just leave the Magebane sitting out in the open? Unless they were willing to commit armed guards day and night, they're just asking for someone to steal it. I was thinking the same thing. I'm inclined to guess either nobody here knows the first thing about proper security or it's an inside job. For a moment I thought I was being overly cynical. Glad to see my cynicism is entirely average for this group. The safety of this settlement is all that matters to me. I hope we're of similar minds on this, Fatebinder, so you're clearly capable of handling threats, otherworldly or not. I'll see to it that the old walls remain open to you. The passageway leading to the base of the spire will be unsealed upon your return. If accessing it can help you in any way, please use it. I know we're asking a lot, Fatebinder. If there's anything you can do to help, just ask. I'd like to ask you a few questions about the recent attack. Horrible. This all just horrible. He shakes his head. What's on your mind, Fatebinder? Any idea where Raidamon might have taken Zdenia? The Brotherhood doesn't like to stay in one place for too long, so I can easily point you to one location, I'm afraid. Havens full of thick forested caravan routes and river crossing. They like to make themselves at home at places like that for days at a time, and then just when word reaches travelers of their whereabouts, they pick up and move again. Crafty fellows. I thought Raidamon would continue that route with Zdenia and Magebane in tow. Rumor has it that he sometimes moved through the old walls, which, on account of it being absolutely daft, probably means that it's true. He shrugs. This is a long-winded way for me to say that I'm in the dark here. Sorry, Fatebinder. How are the settlers faring after the attack? Not well, I'm afraid. There's been some tension here and there with the Brotherhood, but by and large, they've never attacked people in the settlement. They've actually had their fair share of admirers here, believe it or not. With at least a dozen dead, more wounded. Most folks stayed inside and got out of harm's way, but everyone's rattled. He gingerly rubs a bandage wrapped around his hand, wincing as he does. The attack didn't make a lick of sense. Who's to say that Raidamon might not return for more? How dangerous are things now without the Magebane? Truth be told, Fatebinder, I'm much more concerned about that helmet than Brotherhood on a rampage. It's true we survived here for a long time without magical protection, but that situation can change as soon as you blink. He points to a dark scarred patch of skin on his neck. I got this many years ago. Thankfully, Bane attacks were few and far between then. He pulls back his sleeve to reveal some tightly wounded bandages on his forearm and bicep. These I got in separate attacks in the last 2 months. Something is driving the Bane out of those old walls. Why do you think Zdenia was ordered to come here and deliver that fancy helmet? Why do you think the Brotherhood attacked? He snorts, frustration evident in his voice. I think it's safer to say that Raidamon attacked, though perhaps they're one and the same. I've been around long enough to know how to spot the weed that'll strangle your crop. That man has always carried a bit of poison inside him, even before Kairos kicked the Brotherhood out. Raidamon once burned a village to the ground to kill a rival that was hiding there with the help of some sympathetic folks. He said that the villagers raised arm against them, but that's a load of pig shit. He did it because he was obsessed with getting vengeance and never lets go of his obsessions. This rival wronged him before, so he left no stone unturned until she was dust in the ground. Consequences be damned. That guy is crazy, by the way. Whatever full notion compelled him to order his men to come to Alethin's Crossing and steal Magebane, I guarantee you, has everything to do with with that obsessiveness. He hasn't changed all these years. There's something big he wants. Rest assured. And right now we're all in this. We're all in his way. Okay. Why do you think Radamon took Zdenia captive? Interesting question. Eldian scratches his beard, squinting his eyes in thought. Truth be told, the Forgebound and the Bronze Brotherhood never really got along. The Iron Workers think of themselves as artisans and see the Brotherhood as soldiers as dim-witted thugs that aren't worthy of their fancy sword. The Brotherhood, for their part, see the Forgebound as docile servants of the Overlord, happy to trade their dignity for regular meals in a steam-filled prison they call the Forge. I don't know if Radamon aimed to take Zdenia. Quite frankly, she's just as likely to cave his head in with her hammer on any given day. He chuckles at the thought. Whether he planned it or not, giving the Forgebound their comeuppance is probably something he's wanted for years. It seems that not all of the Brotherhood agrees with Radamon. I've heard rumblings about that. Word is that their leader is a paranoid sort. He sees conspiracy and betrayal at every turn. I've seen a few of his lieutenants come and go. Pretty sure they're not all falling in battle. Tell me, if that's the sort of man you're following, how long do you think it'll be before someone else tries to stake a claim? I've known some Brotherhood men and women in my time. I'd never call them wholesome, but not all of them are horsewipes. This moves by Radamon is going to rub some of his folks the wrong way. I have other questions. No, we're good. Alright, let's take this. And that. Sweet. Alright, we have a lot of stuff to do, guys. We have tons of stuff to do. But first we need to talk to everybody in town. Probably a few people that have quests. Plus we've not yet finished exploring the town, which is crazy. So much stuff happening. It's fun though. It's amazing. I love it. The loading screen is pretty long too. For some reason that area is kind of crazy on the game. Seems to require a lot of loading. Another door there. Nope, I'll come back later. Let's see if there's anything here that needs help. Anybody here that needs help in the forge. If not, it's fine. We'll just move on. Nope, leave. Zdenia is as capable as a warrior as she is a smith. I can only imagine her wrestling with Radamon is for the sake of the Magebane and the people of Leithian's Crossing. Eldian mentioned you might need some help. Yes, actually that goat fucker Radamon really made a mess of this settlement. Not only did he capture the head of our order, but he also killed several of my forge hands. She smashes her fist into a nearby table, launching several metalworking tools into the air. As much as I'd love to personally track down that bastard, I'm duty-bound to stay and fulfill our commitments to the army. I was going to send some of my own to tackle a few problems, but now we've barely enough hands to keep these fires stoked. If you've got the time, I could really use your help with a missing shipment. Tell me about the missing shipment. She raises an eyebrow. Our last iron delivery was light. The Bronze Brotherhood has been attacking forge-bound caravans for years, and even though the ore is useless to them, they attack our porters just to spite us. Her face takes on a sour expression. I probably shouldn't mention this, but if you're going to be helping me, you deserve to know everything. There were some very important weapons being sent back to us hidden in that shipment. We need to repair them and get them back in the hands of the soldiers. My hunch is that killing our porters and taking their rations was enough. That they'd have no cause to lug a bunch of rocks back to their camp, and I don't think they knew the weapons were there. At least I hope they didn't. She scratches her jaw thinking. Our man meant to travel through the dense forests of Deserter's Watch. We don't know this precise route, as our porters often improvise on the road to avoid encounters with bandits. I know that isn't much to go on. I'm so sorry. I know a spot in Deserter's March with known Brotherhood activity. That's a good start as any. It's certainly plausible that a porter moved through there. How will you supply the armies with fewer forge-bound presence? Not easily, I can assure you. Were you to double our ranks, the task would still be monumental. We cannot easily expand guild membership. Our art is a painstaking craft, and a few have the aptitude for it. We are sadly chronically short on apprentice. Those that do join still face many risks. Our process is demanding, to say the least. To achieve perfection, we bind our physical selves to hammer and flame, but doing so invites harm to the undisciplined. Many an overzealous apprentice has attempted to impress me, striking the hot metal until their very heart bursts. Lohara is unmoved by the recollection, her mouth a taut line. In truth, the reckless ones will never make it. Better to find out sooner rather than later. But their scarcity does make them important, even the apprentices that shame you with their foolishness. She sighs, reluctant to continue. Fatebinder, I have a favor to ask you if I may. You may. One of my younger charges, Garrick, strayed too far from the forge. I know a man of his age is beset with wanderlust, but he should have realized we have to stay close to the forge for a good reason. Garrick was out during a Bronze Brotherhood raid and has not returned. I fear he may be dead, but I would welcome someone spying on the Bronze Brotherhood to see if they're holding him, and naturally rescue him if he's still alive. And if he's dead, her gaze falls to the ground. If he's dead, bring me his tools so that they may be returned to his master. Garrick mentioned that he heard of rare and exotic Old Walls materials falling into Brotherhood hands. I fear he may have been inspired to seek out a rumor entrance to the Old Walls along Haven's northeast border in the Twin Rivers area. The Brotherhood supposedly operate there. If you hear of any such camps in that location, then you do well to start your search there. I know of a Brotherhood camp at the Twin River. Very good. He certainly must have gone there. She shakes her head. The recklessness of youth. Did he expect to ask the Bane to help him in this search? I don't know. I don't know what he expected. I don't know. I don't really care, though, too. All I want is to find him. We have a few places we can go. We have actually 2 places we can go with 2 quests in them each. I'm just curious to see if there's other people we can talk to that have quests in the area. Because that'd be sweet. Wow, that loading though. Holy hell. Okay, let's go down here because there's this door I haven't been to. And I'm curious to see what's in there. I can't believe some of my dudes are about to be level 9. I'm not even level 8. It's crazy. Siren! Oh, that's where she is.
Can't do that.
Why is she here? Siren stands here, surrounded by a group of villagers. She speaks to them in soft, dulcet tones, holding them hypnotized with her hand motions. Her headdress flashes as she speaks, and you are unable to tell if it's a trick of the light or the gem in it is actually glowing. She's swept up in her oration and seems completely unaware you've arrived. There is a lull in her conversation, and she opens her eyes.
Well, look who's here. And what brings you to Lethian's Crossing? Can't imagine it's the scenery or the quaint locals. Have you come to spoil my fun?
She frowns a little, momentarily lost in thought.
Tunon probably insisted you find me, didn't he? Because we can't let Siren have any fun, can we? Let's control her. Let's tell her what she can and can't do. Let's use her to destroy nations.
As she speaks, the crowd around her appeared agitated, and the air in the room grows heavy and warm. Suddenly, she smiles.
But enough of that talk. What do you think of my followers?
She makes a motion over the group gathered at her feet. As she speaks, you feel a peaceful serenity washing over you. The crowd calms and breathing becomes easier. You shouldn't be doing this, Siren. These people don't truly love you. You're manipulating them.
Don't worry, Fatebinder. I'm just practicing.
While her words and tone convey a careless air, the peace you were feeling tightens in your brain, and a couple of the gathered crowd slowly turn their heads to look at you.
Besides, who doesn't love having a legion of adoring lackeys?
She smiles, and the tightness releases your mind. The heads turn again to face Siren, adoration shining in their eyes.
Are you going to disband this group too?
She asks, her tone turning cold. It feels like the room is getting smaller. I will warn you only once. Stop.